Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard, and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. It is time to go on my next run, my first look at Slay the Spire 2's The Defect. An automaton eternally modifying itself to survive, deploys orb technology when it must fight, and we start with Cracked Core. At the beginning of each combat, channel 1 lightning. We will explain what the hell that means as we go. The Defect is definitely my least favorite of Slay the Spire 1's characters. And yet, it can be absolutely broken. Construct, what have you become? So, let's think here. I could get a couple colorless cards. I think I'm better off just grabbing gold for now. Alright, we are starting Act 1 in the Underdocks. So going this way lets me get to a merchant real quick, and then an early elite, and then a second elite. You know what? Let's risk it. Let's see how we can do. Alright. So, what does the Defect actually do? These are orb slots. Some of the cards I have will contain the word channel. Channeling an orb puts it into your first empty slot. If you have no orbs, your first orb is automatically evoked to make room. So, what the hell does evoke mean? Evoke means consume your rightmost orb and use its evoke effect. So, lightning orbs, for instance, passively, they are dealing 3 damage to a random enemy at the end of my turn, equal to whatever value it is. And then, when I evoke it, it deals 8 damage to a random enemy. So, we are going to go ahead and defend twice. And dual cast. Alright, so we just got 16 damage down on the corpse slug. So now I don't have any orbs. What I can do, however, is kill this one, which stuns this so that it doesn't attack, and then zap to channel 1 lightning. So, by default, 1 lightning is 3 damage passive, 8 damage active. There will be other effects that will increase the powers of various orbs that I encounter, and there are different types of orbs that can fill the orb slots. We can get more orb slots. There's a lot of combo stuff built into how the Defect works. So, let's see what we can do. It's actually hitting really damn hard right now. I am curious. I cannot block all of its attack damage this turn. Can I kill it? I could evoke for 16, which would take it down to 7. So there's no way that I can kill it this turn. I think I'm just best off taking the 3 points of life damage. And then this turn we can safely get in multiple strikes, and it dies at the end of turn to the passive damage from the lightning orb. Alright, let's take a look. Gunk Up. Deal 4 damage 3 times. Okay, add a Slimed to your discard pile. Alright. Cold Snap deals 6 damage and channels 1 Frost. Frost Orbs give you block. And Iteration, the first time you draw a status card each turn, draw 2 cards. And when it's upgraded, it's 3 cards. We'll just take Cold Snap for the block. Next fight. Alright, we're up against the Sea Punk. So we're going to Cold Snap. That means that at the end of turn, I will get 2 block. And when it's evoked, I get 5 block. So then if I use my other 2 energy to block, I get 2 more. We're able to get 3 damage on that and survive without taking any damage. So now we're going to defend, and zap. So now it'll be taking 6 damage at the end of my turn. Still going pretty well. It's going to try to block this turn. Let's go ahead and dual cast. And then zap, and then strike. Not bad. Alright. Let's go Cold Snap, which automatically evokes my rightmost orb, which was Frost, which gives me 5 armor, meaning that I can block, and then Strike, which wins. Perfect. Alright, Claw. Deal 3 damage. Increase the damage of all Claw cards by 2 this combat. I do love running Claws. Claws can actually be really fun. Signal Boost. The next power you play is played an additional time, and then it exhausts. That could be really good. And it is a rare card. Hologram. Gain 3 block. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand, exhaust. So I don't actually have any power cards yet. I'm going to make risky plans for the future, and I'm going to take that signal boost. Maybe the merchant can give me something good. There is a power. At the end of your turn, if you have Frost, deal 6 damage to all enemies. Okay, that's a pretty good power. There's Leap, which is gain 9 block. There's Boot Sequence, which is innate, meaning that you always start with it. Gain 10 block and then exhaust it. All for 1, deal 10 damage, put all 0 energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. This would be insane with Claws. And then Uproar, deal 5 damage twice, play a random attack from your draw pile. Down here we have Prolong. Next turn, gain block equal to your current block and exhaust. And Master Strategy, we do have a rare colorless card here, which is just 3 free cards. That is huge. Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay, we have a strategy. Royal Stamp. Upon pickup, choose an attack or skill in your deck to enchant with Royally Approved. Royally Approved cards have Innate and Retain, so they will always be in your hand when you start combat, and they will stay there until they are used or discarded. So, if I take this Signal Boost and give it Innate and Retain, Signal Boost will always be there when I start. Then I can get this Hailstorm, and now it's just going to sit there in my hand until I use Hailstorm, which is awesome. Crossing a dreamscape of rocks and still waters, you emerge to face a sinking lighthouse emitting anti-light. You can bottle up the eerily glowing water that has pooled here, or climb up to the dilapidated structure to retrieve the lens. A lot of my block is going to come from orbs, I think. So taking the lens is not as good. We're going to take the glow water. And then we're going to a fire. I'm only down 3 HP, so I can afford to go the upgrade on Signal Boost, which now starts in my hand at the start of each combat, stays there until I use it, and is free. meaning that I can use it to double up some of the most powerful cards I'm going to have access to that crucially make my strategies work. Alright. So we are up against this guy. This guy sucks. I only have the one defend. Just deliver a couple hits. This is gonna hurt like hell. Okay. Signal boost. I have Hailstorm now. The next time I play a power, it casts it twice. So we're going to activate 2 Hailstorms. At the end of my turn, if I have Frost, deal 12 damage to all enemies. So we're going to Cold Snap. That is massive. We're going to take a fair amount of damage here. But we're also putting out some decent damage. That's an absolutely insane amount of power. That's actually absurd. Let's defend, and we're going to zap, channel a lightning, generate a lightning. I take 12 life loss here. Okay. Damn it. Defend, strike. Alright, we got him under half, so he's stunned this turn. We're effectively in a phase 2, but we are okay. We are going to zap, and then Cold Snap, and strike. 12 damage to all enemies at the end of my turns is absolutely insane. Like, I've already won. And this is going to be great for dealing with enemy packs, which is something I often struggle against. We got the Dexterity Potion. Gain 2 Dexterity. That's massive. Warpaint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. We got Defend Plus and Zap Plus. Let's get a new card. We can get a Claw. Ball Lightning, deal damage, channel a lightning, or Tempest, channel X lightning. You know what? I'm just going to take the Claw. This or that. Arms suddenly jut out from a nearby hole, clutching a suspicious bag of riches and a clearly cursed relic. This or that, a scratched-up voice whispers from below. I can lose 6 HP and get some gold, or I can add a clumsy to get a random relic. I want a random relic. At the start of your second turn, gain 14 block. That's pretty good. Alright, here we go. Second elite fight. This one's going to be rough. Never mind, this is not going to be rough at all, because it's a bunch of enemies. Signal Boost. Hailstorm. I gain my dex just to increase block. And we're going to exhaust my hand, and we're just going to draw 10 cards. And there is the Cold Snap. So we're going to put that on the one with the most health. And then we're going to defend for 10 block. And we're going to get 4 block from this, thanks to... Actually, I don't know if the dexterity will increase that. I hope it does. But we can also claw, so we're going to weaken you. It does not increase armor gained from frost passives. Okay. We took a little bit of damage, but that's fine. Screw it. Dual cast. Okay, these two die at the end of this turn. This one dies at the end of this turn. This is the only one... Oh, no, this one doesn't, because it's got armor. We'll just get rid of the armor. Perfect. This is the only one alive next turn, and he dies next turn from my Hailstorm. We are so early into this, and we are already generating a ridiculously strong combo. We got the 37 gold, speed potion, ice cream. Energy is now conserved between turns. We can get charge battery, gain 7 block, next turn gain an energy. Hologram, gain 3 block, put a card from your discard pile into your hand and exhaust. Or overclock, draw 2 cards, add a burn to your discard pile. Honestly, with the way this deck is built, I might just want to focus on long-term survivability with blocking. Alright, we got treasure. It's the core get. At the start of each combat, gain 4 plating. Alright, cool. That's even more blocking. I think I'll just go straight up this right side, get another elite. See how that goes. We get back 22 HP. Multiple enemies. Always fun. Let's go with Cold Snap, Defend, Claw. Now I just need to get some Frost Orbs. Okay, well here's Signal Boost for Hailstorm. And Zap. And Strike. And Strike. And we win. Alright, Lightning Rod. Gain 4 block. At the start of the next 2 turns, channel 1 Lightning. Glacier. Gain 6 block, channel 2 Frost. Okay. Or FTL. Deal 5 damage. If you have played fewer than 3 cards this turn, draw a card. FTL seems really good. But I think I want more ways to generate Frost. Oh, I have never seen this one. Endless Conveyor. You lumber into a shack with a bright but crooked sign that reads, Endless Feast. Pay what you hunger. Inside, a willowy, multi-armed chef is deftly preparing bites of food and placing them onto a winding chitinous belt. One of the chef's arms point to a sign. 35 gold each. I don't want to transform a card. I'm just going to observe to upgrade a random card. Alright, we got another Defend Plus. Keeping your distance from a seat, you loiter in the shadows of the establishment's entrance. The chef, unfazed, continues working. Studying this behavior and discipline, you seek to minimize unnecessary movement and emotion during combat. Alright, another elite. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? It's this guy. Okay. We're going to Glacier. Charge battery. There we go. We generate a lot of block. Okay, we're still not getting what we are looking for here. We need to generate our Hailstorm. There it is. Signal Boost, Hailstorm, Claws, Cold Snap. We now generate 6 passive armor at the end of each of our turns and deal 12 damage to our enemy. Perfect. You're gonna hit for 18. And that's not gonna do a damn thing to me, and we can just do that again. And every time we are evoking the Frost now, we're just getting even more armor. Charge, Claw, Strike, You got nothing to stop me, dude. Perfect. Strike and strike. And we're done. Another elite done without taking any damage. Another speed potion. Anchor. Start each combat with 10 block. I mean, we get 10 free block on our first turn. We get 14 free block on our second turn. We're getting armor at the end of the turn. This is a very defensive thing. Fight through. Gain 13 block, add 2 wounds to your discard pile. Boost away, gain 6 block, add a dazed into your discard pile. Or Ice Lance. Deal 19 damage and channel 3 Frost. That is extremely expensive. But we're going to throw it in as another Frost source. Oh, it's the Haunted Ship. Hey, Haunted Ship, how's it going? I mean, we can just go ahead and Ice Lance right now. That was easy. Yeah, giving me wounds is not going to help you. Charge battery, claw, strike. Yeah, we're fine. And energy is conserved between turns, so I have 5 energy this turn. So we Signal Boost, and we Hailstorm, and we Glacier. Well, first we Dual Cast, and then we Glacier. And then we can strike. Okay, this might be the best Defect run I've ever done. And we will just end the turn because 12 damage kills him. Boom. Another fight with no damage. What do we want? Hotfix. Gain 2 focus this turn. Focus increases the effectiveness of orbs. I would love to start getting things to increase focus. Leap, just gain 9 block. And Iteration, the first time you draw a status card each turn, draw 2 cards. This is not a high priority, but as we go later and later and later into the Spire, we're going to get more and more and more status cards. And being able to generate draw off of that would be helpful. I think we can just go ahead and upgrade a card. So let's upgrade Hailstorm. Now the Hailstorms will be dealing 16 damage when I have my combo up and running. We are up against the Soulfish. And Signal Boost, Hailstorm. We go for a strike, and we end the turn to conserve energy. Now all we need is armor. Okay, perfect. We go for the Cold Snap. We go for the Iteration. We go for Defend. We hit with a Claw. And we end the turn. Alright, I drew a status card, so that's 2 free cards. We've got 3 energy this turn. So we're going to Ice Lance. And we can just afford to play the Beacon and get it out of our hand. We take no damage this turn, and it's another 16 damage to the Soulfish. Alright, first thing we do, we play the Beacon. We're going to Cold Snap. We're going to Claw. We're going to Charge Battery. Pass the turn. Oh, this is busted. Alright, Intangible. This is not a turn where I can, like, reasonably attack him in any meaningful way. But there is going to be a good amount of damage, so we'll go ahead and generate some block. Vulnerable. Okay, vulnerable, little bit scary. But he's not going to try to do any damage this turn, so we just end. He is at 75 HP. And it keeps trying to put more beckons into my deck. It is not going to work. And Claw. Yeah, Cold Snap. Nah, I don't need to burn a potion on this. It doesn't matter if I take a little damage this turn. I've got to heal up when I start the next act anyway. Okay, Beckon. Charged battery. Let's put up a zap just for the hell of it, and we're going to save energy for next turn. Give me those status cards. They just make me draw more. There's the Beckon. There's a Claw. And there's a Strike, and we win. The epic, or the Defect just absolutely annihilated this first act. 100 gold, drop with a precognition. Choose a card in your draw pile and add it to your hand. Okay, that's a tutor. That's insane. Reboot. Shuffle all your cards into your draw pile. Draw 4 cards and exhaust. Defragment. Gain 1 focus. Focus is really good. Shatter. Deal 11 damage to all enemies. Evoke all of your orbs. Ooh. Oof. Those are really good. I think making my orbs stronger, though, is the way to go. Alright. Oh, I think our boss is the crab. But first, let's get something cool. Greetings, beep. Not here to annoy me. What an unusual little construct. For the yummy cookie, I can upgrade 4 cards. Holy crap. Remove 4 cards from your deck. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, add a soot into your draw pile. Or replace the Act 2 map with a single special path. God damn, these are good options. Hold on. Okay. 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 I am going to take the Golden Compass because I really want to know what it does. I think both of these are probably better than what the Golden Compass would give me. I really do. Between the two of them, I would probably just take the 4-card upgrade and get Defragment, Iteration, and then a couple other things. I don't know. Probably Claw. Big Hug. If I took it, what I would end up doing is removing the 4 strikes and just really cutting this down to like a purely defensive focused deck. But I have to see what Golden Compass does. I have never seen this option come up before. So this might be the worst option, but it's what we're going to do. Let's go. Oh, it's this little asshole. Oh, screw you, man. Hailstorm. Cold Snap. Defend. Oh, I hate this guy. Well, let's defragment. So this will make the number by my orbs grow higher. So now at the end of my turns, the frost gives me 3 block, the lightning's dealing 4, and it also increases the power of the evoke that they have. Let's go Glacier. So we now generate 9 passive block from our upgraded frost orbs. Okay, that is a lot of damn damage this turn. However, with Ice Lance, we're able to evoke 3 Frost Orbs, and each of these is going to give 3 block. We take no damage this turn. Perfect. Charge battery. Yeah, we can afford to strike and strike. Yep, no damage this turn. And Ice Lance for a big win. Alright, a Swift Potion, draw 3 cards. We're going to get rid of a Speed. Choose a card. Cool-Headed, channel 1 Frost, draw a card. Yes. Beam Cell, deal 3 damage, apply 1 vulnerable. Not really needed. Compile Driver, deal 7 damage and draw 1 card for each unique orb you have. Unique orb. So with my build, 1. So we're going to take the channel 1 Frost. What do we got? Ooh. You come upon a faintly glowing key and go to pick it up. Been looking all over for that key. Now, if you don't mind. This person looks like bad news, but maybe it's not good to be judgy. Nah, I'm fighting. I'm fighting. The stranger looks at you menacingly. It seems like only one of you is making it out of here with the key. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. Okay, you're gonna deal 21. If I do this, it'll let me go up to 13, 17. Okay, so Cold Snap, Defend, Strike, and I believe we take no damage this turn. Yep. Oh, this is a good turn. Okay, Signal Boost. Hailstorm. The problem is surviving what he's going to do. So we're going to get 3 from this and 2 from this. So we're at 19 block overall. So we're going to play Charge Battery and then Defragment. We have begun the Hailstorm. Alright, you want to buff yourself. Interesting. Well, in that case, let's dual cast. And Glacier. And why not do the cool-headed? Maybe I'll draw my claw. Nope, no claw. Alright, buddy. Okay, so claw, defend. This is going to add 9 plus that, so we're at 18 block right now. So we're going to evoke, and then strike and strike. Boom. I actually took a little bit of damage. How dare you, sir? Alright. 19 gold. We got the Lantern Key. Unlocks a special event in the next act. And we get a card. Hologram, gain 3 block. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand. Exhaust. Claw. Deal 3 damage. Increases the damage of all claw cards by 2 this combat. And iteration. I'm going to take another claw. Having a lot of claw cards in a deck is very good. Alright. More combat. Let's go with Cool-Headed. Let's go with Claw. How much damage are they putting out this turn? A total of 18, 10, 4, 2. We can afford a defend, and then a strike without having to dip into my potions. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay. Going to Ice Lance on you, just for the hell of it. And then Zap. We still haven't activated our Hailstorm yet. There is so much goddamn damage coming out this turn. Okay, Hailstorm. Defend. And we really need to evoke one of those. No, all we need to do is kill that one. Yeah, then we're fine. Okay, perfect. And then, strike, and in the turn. Win. Claw plus, fight through, gain 17 block, add 2 wounds into your discard pile. Synchronize, gain 2 focus for each unique orb you have. I would really like a Claw plus. Synchronize plus does not exhaust. That is a repeatable effect. No, I'm taking the Synchronize. And I am immediately upgrading the Synchronize. Okay. There is a merchant along the way, but we've got to reach him. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Oh, these are those little jackasses who, ugh. I hate these things. Okay. The damage they're going to put out this turn is 3, 6, 14, which is what I'm already guaranteed to block. So let's go for a Glacier and just hit one of them. Okay. So this turn, 16 plus 9, 25, 14, 17, 19, 21. So we'll charge battery. And that's really all I need. So I will just end my turn. We need the Hailstorm to activate our strategy. Luckily, we've got enough block to defend. Okay. I can synchronize. So now the Frosts are gaining 6 per turn. We need to block 20... 20... Let's see, 12 plus 5 plus 2. Not quite enough. So we will go ahead and activate a 3rd Frost. And call it good. It's taking a while to get my Hailstorm this time. There we go. Signal boost, Hailstorm. Why did my focus go away? Gain 2 focus this turn. Oh. That's significantly worse than I thought. Damn. Okay, and I need to block 20... I think I needed my cards. Okay, we can claw this one. That dies this turn. No, it doesn't die this turn. Damn. Okay. We're going to play all of those, as well as zapping, as well as striking. We are actually going to take some damage this turn. We're going to take 2. So we're down 5 life total, which is fine. And they all die this turn. So, boink. Attack potion. Momentum strike. Deal 10 damage. Reduce this card's cost to 0 energy. Interesting. Darkness. Channel 1 dark. Trigger the passive ability of all dark orbs. Dark orbs, when evoked, deals damage to the enemy with the least HP. Increases damage every turn. So dark orbs just sit in your slots, getting numbers higher and higher and higher each turn. When they're evoked, they deal damage equal to that amount to a random target. I did not want to click on that! God damn it. Well, hopefully I'll get an opportunity to get rid of it. In the meantime... Defragment upgraded for 2 focus permanent. Ooh. Doll room. You enter a hidden room. It's packed with an array of dolls. Each are unique, their expressions ranging from joy to sorrow, their attire spanning centuries and realms beyond your own. A chorus of whispers grows louder and louder until the dolls are shouting over each other and calling for you. You must choose one and leave immediately. No, we're going to spend 15 HP and choose the best one. We can get Bing Bong. Whenever you add your card to your deck, add 1 additional card. Mr. Struggles. At the start of your turn, deal damage equal to the turn number to all enemies. Or Daughter of the Wind. Whenever you play an attack, gain 1 block. We're going to take Mr. Struggles. Even more guaranteed group hitting damage is huge. Alright, let's get something. Lantern. Start each combat with an additional energy. That's one of the absolute best things I could get. Tea Master. You stumble into a dimly lit shack and find yourself immersed in a very peaceful space containing an obsessive variety of tea. The man inside gestures to a selection of teas, each neatly labeled with a premium price. Tea of Discourtesy. Honestly, I really don't need any of these. I'm literally just going to take this. Dazed is fine. You politely decline the tea and slam! The door behind you slams shut. The tea master stares at you for a moment, then presents an ugly cup. Oh, this tea is for the discourteous. Alright, another relic. Juzu Bracelet. Regular enemy combats are no longer encountered in the question mark room. That's huge. That's huge. I'm guaranteed not to have a combat here. Crystal Sphere. I predicted you'd enter. A raspy voice calls out as you enter amidst a cut. Your destiny has brought you here. We must uncover your future and fortunes so you can save us all. Okay, here are the options for the Crystal Sphere reading. Be sure to sign this waiver as well, she says, while bringing out tea and parchment. Divine 3 times? I'll take a payment plan. I don't know what divine means. How to divine. Reveal your future by revealing the tiles. Select big divination or small divination or big divination and reveal the tiles within the crystal sphere. Once an item is revealed, you will receive it at the end of the session, but beware, revealing some items may be dangerous. Okay. So I get to do this 6 times. Okay. So I get a bunch of gold and bronze scales. Start each combat with 3 thorns. Okay. And also a card, Adaptive Strike, deal 18 damage, add a 0-cost copy of this card into your discard pile. Okay, coolant. At the start of your turn, gain 2 block for each unique orb you have. Echo Form, Ethereal. The first card you play each turn is played in extra time. I'm going to take the Echo Form. And now we arrive at the Merchant. So first thing we are doing right off the back is getting that useless darkness out of our deck. Alright, now let's look at his relics. Whenever you use a potion, gain 3 strength this turn. Shovel, you can now dig at rest sites to obtain a random relic. Dragon Fruit, whenever you gain gold, raise your max HP by 1. They've got a Claw. Focus Strike, deal 9 damage, gain 1 focus this turn. Glacier, gain 6 block, channel 2 frost, boost away, gain 6 block, add a Dazed into your discard pile, and an Echo Form. They've also got, for the colorless cards, Dark Shackles, enemy loses 9 strength this turn, Exhaust, and Entropy. At the start of your turn, transform 1 card in your hand. They got Mazaleth's Gift, which gives you a ritual, so you keep increasing your strength. Stecco Oil, draw 7 cards and randomize the cost of your hand. I am taking this Shovel and calling it good. And that means we now go to an Elite. Alright. So he's going to hit for 21 damage this turn. If he's going to hit for 21 damage, I'll be up at 14. Ice Lance lets me channel to get 6 block, so I would still take 1 damage. But I can afford to lose 1 HP this turn. That's not a problem. But we can also dual cast to evoke my rightmost orb to take no damage this turn. And just for the hell of it, let's drink the attack potion. Hey, it's the one that deals damage and then put all 0-cost cards from your discard pile into your hand. Rocket Punch. Deal 13 damage, draw 1 card. When a status card is created, reduce this card's cost to 0 this turn. Screw it. Rocket Punch. Alright, and that's the other days out of the deck. Okay, hopefully we get the Hailstorm going faster this time. Okay. He's gonna hit for 18. I have enough to survive that. Especially with Defragment. I can zap. And that's all I need to do to survive this turn. Debt is fine. Yeah, we lose some gold. That's fine. We can Claw. We can channel 1 Frost. We can Claw again. And we can Cold Snap. We can Strike. We still don't have the Hailstorm active. And even without the Hailstorm, we've already taken out 100 of this guy's health. Okay. This turn, I think we're just going to have to defend. He still can't get me. Alright, that time I actually took some damage. God damn it. Well, Hailstorm and we win. Alright, we got Gold, Swift Potion, Meal Ticket, Whenever you enter a shop room, heal 15 HP. That's great. And we can get Shadow Shield, gain 11 block, channel 1 dark. Cool-headed, channel 1 frost, draw 1 card, or chill. Channel 1 frost for each enemy, and then we exhaust it. We'll just take another cool-headed. We go to a fire. I'm going to dig for a relic. Oh. Okay, I upgraded 2 of my cards. I upgraded a strike, and I upgraded Cold Snap, I believe. Alright, Elite. Oh, it's the one that's at several enemies. Oh, this is going to be adorable. Okay, I do need to survive this turn. So let's deal 19 damage to you. And we're going to claw you in the back. So what are we generating this turn? We're generating 14. We're generating 20. And you're going to hit for more than 20. So we'll block. We need the hailstorm. Okay. There's the hailstorm. Signal boost. Hailstorm. I actually don't have much to block with here. I'll go up to 17 plus 6. That's 23 block. This is 14. Okay. So I do need to zap to get a little bit extra block. Iteration. Claw. Strike. So we're going to go up to 23, 25, 27. I think that's enough to survive. We win the fight next turn. No, I take 2 damage. That's fine. Because we end the turn and it's done. Alright, we got 44 gold. Bellows. The first hand you draw each combat is upgraded. And get another card. Charge Battery, the 7 block and an energy. Lightning Rod, gain 4 block at the start of the next 2 turns. Channel 1 lightning. Go for the eyes. Deal 3 damage if the enemy intends to attack. Apply 1 weak. I'm going to take the battery. And this time, I actually do want to rest. This crab hits like a goddamn truck. Okay. Let's draw 3 cards. Okay. I'm going to get the hailstorm going as quickly as I can. Hailstorm is active. I am going to Ice Lance. I'm going to take damage this turn, but it's the end of Act boss, and that is fine. It doesn't matter if I win this fight at 1 HP, I get completely healed. We could activate Echo Form. How much damage is coming out at me this turn? It is 24. So I'm getting 17, 19, 21... Yeah, we're just going to go Echo Form. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, with Echo Form, the first card you play each turn is played in extra time. How about +4 focus? Each of these orbs is now generating 6 block every turn. So this alone is 18 block, which is enough to survive the only damage I'm going to take this turn. We're also going to activate an iteration and save our energy for next turn. Okay, this one is going to hit for 49. That's a lot of goddamn damage. So let's go for Cold Snap, generate some block. Cool-Headed, Evoke to generate some block. Cool-Headed, Evoke to generate some block. You may notice that the block generated by the orbs, either passively or by the evocation, is not affected by Frail. Frail only affects block that is generated by cards. And I do believe I just took 0 damage from attacks this turn. That is insane. Okay. We're going to charge our battery. We're going to go Cool-Headed. We're going to strike. You cannot hurt me, and you are all taking damage at the start of each turn and at the end of each turn. In particular, remember that we are getting Mr. Struggles, damaging them every single turn. Alright, fair amount of damage coming out this turn. But we're going to go ahead and strike. We're just going to synchronize this turn. And now we generate enough block to stop all of this without having to do anything else, and we can conserve 3 energy for next turn. Boom. Boom. Okay. We're going to go with the Claw. And they both die at the same time. Beautiful symmetry. We got a colorless potion, and we can get a card. Super critical. Gain 4 energy, and then exhaust it. Okay. Shatter. Deal 11 damage to all enemies. Evoke all your orbs. Or modded. Gain 1 orb slot. Draw 1 card and increase the cost of this by 1. I'm going to take modded. I've actually got a pretty big deck right now. I would love to start getting less. I'm going to be a lot pickier about adding any cards from this point forward. I think I'm going to go up this way, try to minimize combat, try to get events that'll let me get rid of cards. Unless a card is really going to make a genuine difference to my strategy, I'm probably not going to grab it. Construct. No weapons. Have this. Throwing Axe. The first card you play each combat is played in extra time. The Meat Cleaver is... You may cook at rest sites, remove 2 cards from your deck, and gain 9 max HP. Oh, boy. Or we can... transforms up to 6 cards into Maul. Maul costs 1. Deal 5 damage twice. Increase the damage of all Maul cards by 1 this combat. I want the Meat Cleaver. We can get cards out of the deck. How can I get the most fires? This is 1, 2, 3, 4 fires that way. 1, 2... Yeah. Okay, change of plans. We are going this route. This way has 2 merchants, which kind of sucks. I don't want to run into 2 merchants. Okay. So we are going to start with... Cold Snap. Cool-Headed. It's going to bring me up to... Let's see. What are you going to do? We'll play an extra defend, and then we'll deliver a strike. Oh, right, I have 3 thorns. That's why the enemies keep getting hurt, because they're attacking into thorns. I thought enemies were dying really quickly, and I didn't really get why that was happening. Yeah, sure, Glacier. Charge battery. Attack into me all you want, turret operator. You are just killing yourself. Wow. Pathetic. Alright, signal boost, hailstorm, defragment, defend, iteration, zap, and we're done. Well, it was nice knowing you. Chill, channel 1 frost for each enemy, boot sequence, innate, gain 13 block, exhaust. I could get another hailstorm. Oh my god. I gotta get another hailstorm. That's hilarious. Okay, so I do have to go up this way to get the maximum number of fires. Oh well. Oh, it's these guys! Hey guys! I have, like, no way to generate a block this turn. Let me see if I can't fix that with a colorless potion. Not really. If you have no attacks in your hand, draw 2 cards. Okay. So we'll strike, and we'll strike. We'll play Impatience, which gives me a cool-headed, which draws me the regular Hailstorm. I think I'm taking some damage this turn, and I don't think there's anything I can do to stop it, but that's okay. Yeah. Damn. Okay. These guys are jerks. We're going to gain our block. 14 plus 14, 28 damage coming at me this turn. We're up to 23. All we really need to do is get a Frost channeled. And then we're fine, and we claw. Perfect. So we are down 6 HP from max. Combat cleared. 12 gold. Darkness plus. Chaos plus. Channel 2 random orbs. No thank you. Beam cell. We're going to skip it. We're going to skip the vulnerables. Merchant, I need you to get a card out of my deck. But first, let's see your relics. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, draw a card. If you end your turn with at least 10 block, deal 6 damage to a random enemy. Miniature tent, you may choose any number of options at rest sites. Yes, 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 yes. And that still leaves enough for me to get rid of stuff. Okay, so let's get rid of the debt card. Oh my god. Oh my god. At rest sites, we can sleep, we can upgrade, we can dig, and we can cook. That is insane. We are broken. We are broken. This is gonna be the strongest deck I've probably ever had. Okay. Cool-headed. That's fine. Charge battery. Defragment. Alright. We signal boost and we hailstorm. We go modded to add a slot. We activate an iteration. We claw on this guy. We add a zap. We deliver a strike. Minions have been completely negated. Okay. So let's go with Cool-Headed. And let's go with Glacier. And Synchronize. And Defend. And I end my turn with 47 block. Okay, on this turn... we're going to activate our form, bring that down. Alright, we took 3 damage, that's fine. We are going to play Hailstorm. It's the first card I play this turn. So it's played twice. I now deal 28 Hailstorm damage at the end of each of my turns if I have a Frost Orb. That's actually absurd. We're also going to block, and we're going to deal some damage, evoking a lightning. I have 21 block. I win. Good fight. That is insane. Alright, next card. Compile Driver. Deal 7 damage. Draw a card for each unique orb you have. Bulk up plus lose 1 orb slot. Gain 3 strength and gain 3 dexterity. No thank you. Cool-Headed plus... yeah, sure. I'll take it. Alright, our first fire. And I can do whatever I want. We're going to start by digging. We got Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP whenever you enter a rest site. Okay, we're going to cook. We're going to remove 2 cards. We're going to get rid of the Clumsy. And we are also going to get rid of... Honestly, the strikes are basically just dead in my deck at this point. Then we are going to smith a card. So we are going to upgrade one of our claws. Well, let's upgrade a Cool-Headed. And then we're going to rest. And I can do that now at every rest site, and there are 3 other rest sites along this route. Okay, we found a merchant. There's nothing we can do with the merchant here. So we're just going to keep going. And we get another relic. It is a Regal Pillow. Whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 HP. Okay, and we go to a fire. So first, let's smith, upgrade the Cool-Headed. Let's cook to remove 2 cards. Honestly, Synchronize is really not necessary anymore. I really don't think we need the lightning at all. So we're going to get rid of Synchronize and Zap. We're going to thin this deck. Then we're going to dig. Sparkling Rouge. At the start of your 3rd turn, gain 1 strength and 1 dexterity. And then we're going to rest, just because I can. Also, my max HP, which was at 75, is now 91. And it's time for an elite. Ooh, I've never fought this before. What are you? The Soul Nexus. Okay. You're an interesting fellow. How do I want to deal with you? Well, I know we want to claw. Defend plus would be good. Let's drink it and defend. Okay, so that's going to put me at 27. Yeah, 27's fine. Just Echo Form. I mean, we've got so much healing on our way now. Like, we can basically rest from almost any damage we end up taking. So let's Cold Snap, Claw, Hailstorm. We're going to go Modded and Charge Battery. Yeah, you're not getting past my defenses. I hope. You are extremely strong. We're going to charge Battery, because we get to play it twice, which means we get a lot of defense. Play one of those. So now we are covered. We can get a couple strikes in. This is a scary opponent. Finally, Signal Boost, Hailstorm. That is so good. Cool-Headed Plus, Channel Frost. Cool-Headed Plus, Channel Frost. Defragment for more stuff. Defend. 31 block. I am passively generating 24 block a turn. And you are going for a lot of goddamn damage. You're going for 36 this turn. Wow. Okay. Defend. Cool-Headed. Charge Battery. Claw. That's a lot of damage you put. Is that literally your only trick, Soul Nexus? Is that you just put out big damage numbers? Because big damage numbers will not be enough to stop me. We're going to evoke twice. Defend. Strike. Strike. You die this turn. And I take no damage. Alright, not bad. We get an Energy Potion, a Kusarigama. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, deal 6 damage to a random enemy. I can get another Claw, which is fun. Anyway, let's head to the fire. Right. First, let's cook. They were fools to let me cook. We're going to get rid of the dual cast. And we are going to get rid of... What else is worth getting rid of? Honestly, Glacier is kind of a lot. Nah, we'll get rid of Glacier and a Strike. Or dual cast and a Strike. Then we're going to dig again. And we found Permafrost. The first time you play a power, each combat gains 6 block. And then we are going to Smith. And specifically, we're going to upgrade the other Hailstorm. And then we rest. Our max HP is now 100. We are back at full health. Hopefully this lantern can get out of my deck. War Historian reply. An academic is trapped in a hanging cage next to a treasure chest. The academic is muttering about one-time use keys while furiously writing something. It looks like you can unlock the cage or the chest. If we unlock the chest, History course. At the start of your turn, play a copy of your last played attack or skill. Or we can unlock the chest for 2 random potions and 2 random relics. Nah, I'll take more free effects. That's hilarious. Reppy bows in appreciation as you open the cage. He hands you a thick leather tome. Those who know not of history are doomed to repeat it. But you seem to know a thing or two about repeats, don't you? Alright. The trial. You join a line of people entering a massive building. As you pass under a golden archway, horns blare, confetti explodes, and streamers glide down from the ceiling. Entrant 741, you are the decider for today's trial. Okay, can't reject it. You sit in the chair of decision-making, and the trial begins. A powerful noble steps forward. You find a note in your pocket indicating that if you decide innocence, you will be handsomely rewarded. The noble barely argues against the corruption charges and gives you a knowing smirk. You can't stop corruption, but you can pocket some gold. The crowd bellows, "Decide! Decide! Decide!" Screw you, man. Guilty. It is decided. The powerful noble was beheaded. One less corrupt noble. And another fire. First, let's cook. Okay. So what do I actually want to get out of my deck? I can upgrade one more card. What does the upgraded modded look like? It's just draw 2 cards, that's it? Okay. I think... Glacier is a bit much at 2 energy, but I do have a lot of energy all the time. You know what? Let's actually just get rid of the strikes. Yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna get rid of the strikes. All right, now we dig. Blood Vial. At the start of each combat, heal 2 HP. Cool. And now we can upgrade. So for the upgrade, we are going to upgrade the Echo form so that we do get it eventually regardless. I think that's a good play. And then we rest. And we are going into the boss with 109 max HP, full health, an energy potion, a cracked core, a golden pearl, a royal stamp, war paint, horn cleat, ice cream, gorget, anchor, golden compass, Mr. Struggles, lantern, tea of discourtesy, Juzu bracelet, bronze scales, shovel, meal ticket, whetstone, bellows, meat cleaver, miniature tent, eternal feather, regal pillow, sparkling rouge, kusarigama, permafrost, history course, and a blood vial. This is what my deck looks like. One of the most broken, staggering piles of cards I have ever assembled in this game. This is an insane deck. Its survivability is almost unmatched, and at the same time, when both of the hailstorms are active, I could potentially be doing up to 32 hail damage passively each turn. We've got 3 claws that are just going to be getting stronger. We've got extra block. We've got card draw. We're going to get more card slots. We're going to be gaining focus. When they try to use status cards against us, it's just going to make us draw more cards. This is absolutely insane. I am going into this without a single doubt in my victory. Like, this is going to be laughable. Alright, we're going to activate Hailstorm 1. I'm not going to activate Hailstorm 2, however. Ideally, I want to do that after I can Echo form it, so that we can get 2 copies of it. So, we're just going to Channel of Frost. We can go modded right away. We can go for an iteration, and we can charge batteries for more energy next turn. Alright, Chains of Binding. The first 3 cards drawn are each turn are affected with Bound. Only 1 bound card can be played each turn. Cards are unbound at the end of turn. Okay, that's fine. We're going to Claw, and we're going to Claw. We've already negated your entire attack, so we're just going to save all of our energy and let it roll over to the next turn. Alright, you've put Weak and Vulnerable on me. Ooh, I will play the Echo form. Okay. You're gonna hit me for a lot of damn damage. Okay. That should be fine. Yeah, we definitely take a good chunk of damage there, but we're gonna be okay. Oh, that's the thing that I played last turn. It's played again. Okay, so whatever I played last turn is the one that's going to get affected by the Echo form. So I could potentially get even more hail than I expected. Okay. So I want Cool-Headed. Okay, that is fine. We are going to Claw, and we are going to Ice Lance the Queen. So if I play Hailstorm, then on my next turn it will play automatically again. No, a copy of your last played attack or skill. Okay. Alright, so I can't actually double the second Hailstorm anymore. Because the Echo form is going to copy the attack or skill. But an Ice Lance does go again. We only get one of these, but we're going to go with the Hailstorm. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay. We are now dealing 24 damage at the end of each of our turns. The stuffed doll is going to do some damage. Yep. And let's go with a claw, and a claw, and a charge battery. Yeah, this queen can't do shit to me. Oh, never mind. She actually broke through my block. Okay. Well, how about Defragment? Ice Lance. Our evocations are too powerful. This fight is absolutely won. Okay. We're going to add yet another orb slot. And then we're going to go cool-headed. And cool-headed. And cool-headed. You know what? Why the hell not? Drink an energy potion. Oh, I can't play that again this turn. Ah, that's fine. We can claw. I have so much block. You're going to attack for 50 this turn. Any other time, I would be terrified of that. I am not even slightly concerned. Battery, claw, because you die. And the very first run with the Defect, I stumbled into the unstoppable Cryomancer build and absolutely conquered the Spire with my Blizzards of Death. What are you doing here? Answer. Random garbled lines. Continue. Repair you. Make me. Dang. Victory? You dealt 1,280 damage to the Architect, but it wasn't enough. You have dealt a total of 2,520 damage to the Architect. The Architect still stands despite taking 26,052,586,613 damage from all who have faced him. Look at that. What an incredible achievement. This was an amazing run. Alright. I've got six epochs waiting to be discovered. The Calm. Chapter 1, The Calm. The Reopening. The Blight stopped consuming. The ground, dry and brittle, begins to moisten. The clouds around the spire douse the lands. The sunlight pierces through newly formed cracks in the clouds. It has been done. Someone had slain the spire. Alright, new potions unlocked. Powdered Demise. Enemy loses 9 HP at the end of each of its turns. Holy crap. Ship in a Bottle. Gain 10 block. Next turn, gain 10 block. Touch of Insanity. Choose a card in your hand. It is free to play this combat. Okay. Chapter 2, Oribus. Tales from the Spire. Attracted by the now burning spire, Oribus's curiosity was piqued. Blight gone. Why gone? Safe to enter? Oribus enters. Unlocked Ancient Oribus. Living Rainbow may be swimming around in the second act. Oh, okay. These give you more potential, like, super boons at the start of the acts. That's cool. Chapter 2, Hello, The Defect. In the scrapyard, the Defect pondered its fate and purpose. Is it okay at a host of functions not desirable? Is being okay at a host of functions not desirable? Do we all need to excel at a distinct function? While processing these questions, Hello pops out another construct. Hello, Defect responds. My name is Flaw. Alright, new relics. Data Disc. Start each combat with 1 focus. Okay. Symbiotic Virus. At the start of each combat, channel 1 Dark. Okay. Metronome. The first time you channel 7 orbs each combat, deal 30 damage to all enemies. Neat. Chapter 3, Resolving Bugs, The Defect. Defect and Flaw fast became friends and exited the scrapyard. It was sad there. They return to the Spire's mid-floors and are met with a massive bug infestation. The pair get to work in an attempt to reduce the bugs to a reasonable level. New potions. Focus Potion, gain 2 focus. Essence of Darkness, channel a dark for each of your orb slots. And Potion of Capacity, gain 2 orb slots. The Defect is still curious. It can change ascensions to make runs progressively harder. Alright, 2 more epochs. The second, Chapter 6, Tricked, The Defect. Niao resurrected the defective construct. No simple feat, even for an ancient. Construct, what you lost. Your creator abandoned you. Hides at the top. The Defect thanks Niao and heads for the top, seeking answers. New cards unlocked for future runs. Loop. At the start of your turn, trigger the passive ability of your Frightmost orb. Null. Apply 10 weak. Deal 10 damage. Apply 2 weak. Channel 1 dark. Consuming channel. Shadow. Channel 2 dark. At the end of your turn, evoke your leftmost orb. Alright, and... the Daily Tales from the Spire. A being of immense power exercises his mastery of form and space once a day, shifting the very nature of the Spire. You can now play a randomized challenge once a day. So I actually unlocked a whole new feature. Yep. Daily challenges, you get some kind of a restriction. Basically, it's about which players do the best. The scores are actually shared from the internet, so pretty cool stuff. I have had an absolutely amazing time with this game. Like, it's absolutely been fantastic, and I can even do runs randomly now. Ascensions just make the game more difficult in some way. God, what an amazing run this was. Oh my god, that was so satisfying. But unless something like really, really, really major comes along, like a whole new character being unavailable, I think this is where I'm going to leave Slay the Spire until it actually goes into full release. It is still in early access right now. I was perfectly fine purchasing the game for its price in its current condition. I would only encourage people who are satisfied with the game in its current condition to purchase it at this time. Purchase it as if it is completely final and will never get another upgrade. That's what I think you should do with early access stuff. That's how I make my early access decisions. But for now, one journey has come to a close, and more yet lie ahead. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all on the next one.